We're now joined by one half of this weekend's main event, the namesake UFC Fight Night Blaydes v. Lewis, Curtis Blaydes, who faces Derrick Lewis in the main event on that card. Curtis, you have had a more direct route in terms of wins and losses than most who enter the UFC. 14-2. I'll say 15-2 because a no contest for weed for me is absurd. You've won 15 of the 17 fights you faced. When did you realize that you were among the best in the world in your weight class at this thing?
Um, I think it was after I beat Alistair Overeem, who coincidentally is a teammate of mine now. But going against a legend like him, who in my opinion was in his he's in his prime still. He's very good still. He's still a very dangerous opponent. For me to beat him the way I did, that was a real confidence boost, and that's when I started to realize like I'm legit.
And I mentioned, 15 of your 17 times you've gotten your hand raised at the end of it. The two times you didn't, it was against Francis Ngannou, and that includes your UFC debut. Welcome to the promotion. Here's Francis Ngannou. When you were fighting him in that first career fight, thinking back, were you thinking like, damn, all these UFC guys are monsters? Or did you realize that not only were you legit coming into the UFC, but that guy across from you may be one of the best in the world someday too?
Yeah, I mean, just you normally don't want to go off like physical attributes, but it's kind of hard to ignore his. He's a specimen. He's got a longer reach than me, which is not the norm. He's also got an inch of height on me, which also isn't the norm, and he hits like a truck. So, which we all hit very hard in this division, but he hits a little harder, a little more pop. So I knew he was different. He was special. Yeah.
So that was your first UFC fight. This weekend is your 13th. He's a big name. You mentioned Alistair Overeem. The guy you're facing this weekend, Derrick Lewis in 2020, how does he stack up to some of the other big names you've seen along your journey?
Um, he presents his own unique problem. He's underratedly athletic. He likes to spring into his offensive attacks. He likes to blitz guys down, and he has his own unique um, pattern for striking. Like it's not something I would coach. It's not something I would preach to other young fighters to do, but it works for him. I'm not gonna talk smack about it. It's worked for him to this point. It's gotten him these opportunities, and it's how he's provided for his family. So um, he hits very hard. Also, I don't know if he hits as hard as Ngannou, but very hard still. He's got a lot of KOs along his career, and I think an obvious hole in his game that is obviously a strength of mine is the grappling. I think that's the biggest disparity in our skill sets.
Yeah, we've seen Derrick end up on his back a lot and still win fights. You look at the Latifi fight, Abdurakhimov, Ivanov, good Lord, the Roy Nelson fight. Compared to your last opponent against whom you set a divisional record for takedowns, Alexander Volkov's with 14, what kind of windows do you think it presents for you to get Lewis on his back?
Um, if I'm being honest, if I'm just being 100, I don't think I'm gonna have a problem taking him down. I don't think I'm gonna have a problem holding him down. If he wants to get up, I will allow him to get up. But at the same time, as soon as he gets back up, I'll just take him back down. Because I know what it breaks you. It breaks you in the mental, and it gasses the arms out, gasses the legs out. There's a method to my madness, and that's the attrition. A lot of people don't see it because you have to be an educated fan of MMA to really see the intricacies of those grappling exchanges. But there's a reason I do what I do.
Well, it's not often you set a divisional record and then have to defend your strategy, but that's kind of what happened in your last fight. Dana White was critical of your approach. You responded emphatically in the days and weeks following. Now, how do your emotions and thoughts compare to his response then, how you responded as we sit here 4 months removed?
Um, it was just in the moment. I'm very emotional. I just want to fight. It sounded disrespectful at the time because he's like poo-pooing the effort I put out there, because he's right. That last round, I was very tired, but who wouldn't be tired after the output that I put out? A lot of heavyweights, yeah, they don't have a grappling heavy game plan, but they also don't have the output that I have. Like, a lot of guys are just doing this for 2 minutes. That's not my game plan. I'm constantly pressuring, and if you don't appreciate that, then that's on you. And I'm not gonna get angry about it, because it doesn't matter to me. I still get a paycheck as long as I get my hand raised, and that's what's most important, is me getting my hand raised.
Yeah, the problem, this isn't a bracket, though. Like, me and Jimmy Smith could sit here and say, oh, the winner of this fight definitely deserves the Miocic-Ngannou winner. But when you have somebody with a very influential opinion on what lies ahead for you in Dana White, how much does that, I guess, affect your strategy going forward, say in this fight?
It doesn't. I want to do what I do. If I get 18 takedowns this fight, okay, that means I definitely won the fight. And that means, yeah, it was grappling heavy, and maybe it's not the most fan-friendly approach, but if I clean out the division, if I beat everyone, eventually you have to give me a title shot. And I think the thing I have working in my favor is I'm not old. I'm not in a rush. I'm only 29. My birthday isn't until February. Everyone else in this division is on the other side of that. They're all in a race. They're all in a rush. I'll wait. I'll be here. I'm not going nowhere. I'm here for a long time, not a short time. So I'll just clean out the division.
Curtis, I'd be remiss if I didn't ask about somebody who might soon join that division. We expect him to, in Jon Jones, and people are trying to circle his potential first opponent. With the timing of Miocic-Ngannou, I don't want to look past Derrick Lewis, but let's say you win. What would it take for you to consider a fight against Jon Jones instead of potentially waiting for that title shot, the Miocic-Ngannou winner?
A lot of money. A lot of money. Because I beat Derrick Lewis. I've already proven I'm next in line. It's going to take a lot of money for me to jeopardize, because that's what that would be, me fighting Jon Jones when I don't have to. That's me jeopardizing all the work I've already done to put myself in a position to be the next title challenger. So, yeah, there's a way, but that's only if the UFC is willing to come at me with that kind of money. I don't know if they will or they won't. It hasn't been offered to me. This is all hypothetical, but I'm just playing devil's advocate. If that's the route they want to go, I need a lot of money.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.